everyone, my name is Gloria Ola and I want to welcome you to my channel. If you're new here, I will appreciate it if you can like, comment on my previous videos and shorts, and subscribe. So today I'll be showing you guys how I create my skin tones using oil paint. I've actually received a lot of comments from people requesting me to show them how I create my skin tones, and most of the time I paint people with a dark skin, and though I've painted people with a white skin before, but most of the time I have to create a dark skin tone. So for the sake of this video, I'll be showing you guys how I create dark skin tone. Subsequently, I'll show how I create my own white skin tones too. But I want to put a disclaimer for you guys to know that I am not a professional. I am self-taught. I started painting not quite long, so everything I'm doing is not the standard way. It's just how I do it. So it might not follow a basic rule, and I don't even know what I'm doing. But I will try as much as possible to show you guys how I achieved different skin tones in my paintings. And my paintings are actually realistic painting to some extent. I'm still working on myself. I'm not there yet, but I try my best to create at least realistic portraits. That is my particular style. So I'm working on a painting right now, and I've made the video of these skin tones even before I started painting. So I'll show you guys the picture of the painting I'm working on, and this skin tone that I created is the one I use to paint the portrait I'm working on right now. So this is the portrait I'm working on right now. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but if it's not showing, I'll put a picture. I'll put a clearer picture of it here so you can see very well. So this skin tone is the one I use for this portrait, and so far so good. It's serving me well, and I hope it's really helpful. So if you have any comments, just put it down in the comment below, and I'll try as much as possible to answer all your questions and read some encouraging words. So let's get right to it. So these are the colors I work with. The first one is Prussian blue, and this one is burnt sienna. The next one is burnt umber. This is ultramarine blue. This one is titanium white. I use this a lot. And this is yellow ochre. It's no longer showing very well, but that's the name. This is lamb black. And this is orange. And here we have scarlet red. So those are the colors there. I've already put them on the plates. I love to use that because the palette I have, it's dense, and I prefer a flat surface to some extent. So this is the solvent I use. I use a kerosene. I'm based in Nigeria, so this is close to solvents that I can find where I'm based. And I usually use this to clean my materials if I want to make it a little bit lighter if the paint are too thick. That's what it's for. So the first thing I'll be doing is I'll be mixing red, burnt sienna, some orange, and some white together. So I dip it inside the kerosene to make it softer, and then I just mix it to see if it's the right shade I'm looking for. This is not the right shade I'm looking for. It's like in the middle of what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go a bit darker. So I took a little bit of that skin tone, then I added some burnt sienna to it and some burnt umber to darken it. So I just mix it together to see if I get the dark tone I'm looking for. So that is darker than what I got before, so I'll work with that one. And next I took some yellow ochre, and I took some burnt sienna and a little bit orange and some white. A lot of white. I want that shade to be lighter than the previous shade. And And this is way too light, so I added some burnt sienna to it to make it a bit darker and a little bit red. I use red because the person I'll be painting has an undertone of orange red look, so that's why. And as you can see, this is too light. It's lighter than what I got before, so I just shift that one aside. I scrape the ones that is underneath, and added some burnt sienna because I wanted to create the original look, then a little bit dark of that version. That is some little blue, some little orange, and some little red. And this is what we have. That is darker than the one before, so we'll work with that. And next I add some white to what I had before and some yellow ochre. Then I mix it together with a little bit of orange. So I mix them together to create a lighter shade. And this is what we have. Then a little bit of that with some burnt sienna, some little red, and some yellow ochre, with of course white. So if you want to create lighter skin tone, I try to recreate what I had before, then I will add a lot of white to it. That's how I go about it. Then I add little orange to it, then I mix it together, and that is a little bit whiter than what we had before. No, it's actually the same, so I added some white to it, and we mix. This is the result. You can see that is lighter. I created the original skin tone, then I add a lot of white to it to make it lighter. So here I pick a little bit from what I created before, then I add more white to it, and then we mix. So you see, this is lighter than the previous skin tone. So that's just how I go about it to create a more lighter shade of the original skin tone that I create. Then that is adding more white, that is lighter than before. Then I repeated the process. So that is what I was able to create. Now I have to create more dark skin tone. I need a darker shade of what I have on ground. I mean, very, very dark shade. So I can just pick some burnt umber, but I like to see if I can create something darker than that. So I picked some burnt umber. I had to clean my spatula, and I added more burnt umber to it, and I had a little blue and some red and black to that, because I needed something really dark. So I cleaned that up and I mixed them together, and that is the result. That is really, really, really dark. So after creating that, I just added some burnt umber to the middle because I'll be using that shade. I need that original shade of burnt umber, so I just had it in between those two. Then that is the dark one I created before. So I need something that is darker than even that dark shade. Here I'm just mixing the burnt umber with a little bit black and a little bit lighter shade to create something in between. That's what I'm doing here. And I think that is fine. And now I'll be creating a very, very dark shade, and this one I'll be using it for the hair part. So I added a little bit black to the burnt umber and a little bit red and I just mix it together and keep on mixing. This is just basically how I create my skin tone. This is the method I follow. I just create one major tone first, and I keep on darkening it or making it more lighter. And that's the way to go about it. If I want to make it lighter, I mainly add yellow, ochre, orange, red, and white. And if I need a really light shade, I keep on adding white to it. For darker shade, I add blue and black. So for darker shade, I add majorly blue and black just to darken it. So that's basically what I do. It's not that complicated. Just try to study the face you want to paint, because dark skin tone differs from each other. It's not the same. Some dark skin tones, they have this yellowish undertone, some have reddish undertone, some is brown, some looks orange. So whatever undertone you see that is kind of dominant and common to the face, you just make it to be common in creating your skin tone. In this painting I'm working on, red is like the dominant. That's why I added red to most of the skin tone that I created, and that's basically what I do. Whenever I'm starting a new painting again, I'm going to show you guys how I create the skin tone, and I'm certain that the dominance might not be the same as this one. It might not be red, so I'll just show you guys to see how it works. If you really find this video helpful, I would like to know what you think about it, so kindly drop it in the comment below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.